Some people have wondered if the reason the moon has different phases is because the moon itself might actually be changing shape. But if you look carefully at the real moon, you can usually see that the rest of the moon is still there. You see that? So the moon is always a sphere. It never actually changes shape. So then why does the moon have phases? When you looked at the photos I took of the moon each evening, hopefully you noticed a couple clues. The first thing you probably noticed is that the phases go in order. When you observed, you saw a pattern, a very certain order. It's not like one night the moon was this shape, and then the next night it was this shape, and then back to this shape, and then this shape. No, that didn't happen. Instead, it always went like this, starting with the crescent moon, and each evening as I came out to look, the moon had gotten a little bit bigger, eventually becoming the half moon phase, then the phase we call gibbous, and finally, after about 2 weeks, a full moon. The second thing you might have noticed is that even though I went outside at the same time each night, the moon wasn't always in the same place. As the moon's phase was growing, it was getting farther and farther away from the sun in the sky each night. So notice that the phases seem to have something to do with the sun. When the moon looks close to the sun in the sky, it's a thin crescent. And when the moon looks far away from the sun in the sky, it's a full moon. Keep in mind that the sun is like the light bulb of our solar system. It's what lights up the Earth, and it's what lights up the moon too. Using a light bulb in a dark room, you can actually create the effect of a moon phase on any ball-shaped object. Like, this is a picture I took of an orange. So here you see, I guess we'd call it full orange. But now here I made it a crescent orange. Or here's some guy named Dave. Hey Dave. And Crescent Dave. So you can see how using an orange or any round object, it should be possible to figure out how to make the moon's phases right there in your classroom. You're going to get the supplies to do this in just a minute. Before you do though, notice one last hint from your observations. Did you notice how over the course of the evenings, the moon seemed to move in an arc across the sky? It's like a section of a circle. Maybe you've heard the idea of an orbit, that the moon goes in a circle around the Earth once each month. Could this have anything to do with why we see moon phases?